Where do you go, my lovely? Where do you go? Hey folks, how are you? You can see that I'm trying out my music skills. Maybe one day you'll see me on MTV. Alright? So I came in singing the song, Where Do You Go? Well, guess what? Today we're going to talk about the verb to go. And in Spanish, remember what it is? It starts with an I. Ir. To go. To go. It's the shortest verb in the Spanish language. And it also is a very, very irregular verb. So you want to make sure that you recognize that the forms I'm getting ready to go over come from this verb right here, ir. So the forms are yo voy, tú vas, él va, nosotros vamos, ellos van. So you see those irregular forms? Voy, vas, va, vamos, and van. And I know you're probably thinking, how did the V come from an I? Just blame it on Latin. Blame it on Latin, okay? So, repitan conmigo. Yo voy. Tú vas. Él va. Nosotros vamos. Ellos van. Okay? So I go, you go, he goes, we go, they go. Now folks, let me explain something else. Sometimes Spanish is not the issue when we have challenges in understanding the language. It's English. Yes, it's English. Because in Spanish, yo voy can be translated in English as I go, or as we commonly say in English, I am going. So, tú vas could be you go, you are going. Él va, he goes, or he is going. Nosotros vamos, we go, or we are going. And ellos van, they go, or they are going. So, sometimes in English, we can have several translations meaning practically the same thing, whereas in Spanish, one form is sufficient to the Spanish speaker so that the idea is communicated that somebody's going somewhere, okay? So maybe if you're having some challenges in language, maybe it's not Spanish at all. Maybe it's our own language. Yeah, I know. English is a little strange sometimes, but what we're going to do, we can't forget it. All right. So when we talk about going places, we can use the verb ir, and there's a little formula. We can use ir plus place. Ir plus place. So for example, I can say yo voy a la clase. I'm going to the class, or I go to the class. Okay? Perhaps I want to ask you if you're going to the library. Tú vas a la biblioteca? Tú vas a la biblioteca? Are you going to the library? Okay. What's this next one? I'm going to say that he is going to the mountains. Él va a las montañas. He's going to the mountains. All right. Let's say that we are a big old family and we like to go to parks a lot. We just like to go out and enjoy days at the parks. So I could say, nosotros vamos a los parques. A los parques. All right? So again, we're using the verb ir, yo voy, tú vas, él va, nosotros vamos. And if you notice here, guys, I'm saying that we're going to a particular place. All right? Now let's look at this first place I mentioned. Yo voy a la clase. Notice that I'm going to class. The word clase is feminine and singular. Same thing for here. Are you going to the library? The word library is feminine and singular. Okay? What about this? He's going to the mountains. What about mountains? Well, we know mountains, that's a plural word, and because it starts with las, it's also feminine. So, las montañas. Tú vas a las montañas. We're going to the parks. If you look at parks down here, parks is masculine and plural. See? Los parques. So I have included talking about going to places, and a place that's feminine singular, a place that is feminine plural, masculine plural. But what kind of place have I not indicated that is one of the genders that we've spoken of, and also numbers as in terms of what we've spoken of, singular or plural? I have not listed a place that is masculine and singular, have I? So watch this. I'm going to say that they are going to the hotel. Ellos van. All right, now watch here. A el hotel. So hotel, class. Hotel is a masculine singular word, right? That place is masculine and singular. El hotel. Well, what happens in Spanish is that when you have the a or the a in front of an el, okay, we don't write the word that way. Okay? So when you have an a in front of an el, we simply change that to al. So I can say yo voy a la clase, tú vas a la biblioteca, él va a las montañas, nosotros vamos a los parques, but I cannot say ellos van a el hotel. I have to say ellos van al hotel. You have to combine the a and the el to form al. That's just how we do it. And that's really the closest thing to a contraction in Spanish that we have, because we don't have apostrophes. So we're just blending two words into one. And if you look at the word al, you should always know then that if you see the word al, that the word after it must be what? It must be masculine and it must be singular, because al is only a contraction of a and el. So for that reason, the word after al would have to be masculine and singular. Okay? So let me real quickly erase this, and let me show you something here to kind of summarize what I've talked about with this verb to go when we're talking about going to places. Okay? So we can use the verb ir plus a place. Okay? And you can either say ir a la, you can say ir, let me underline that, ir a las, you can say ir a los, but then you cannot say ir a el. So you can't say ir a el, you have to say what? Ir al. You have to say ir al. Okay? So again, when the place you're talking about going to is a feminine singular place, you say ir a la. If the place is feminine plural, ir a las. The place is masculine plural, ir a los. And if the place you're saying you or someone else is going to is a word that is masculine and singular, you will say ir al. Okay? So right now, yo voy a ir al baño. I'm going to go to the bathroom. See y'all. Gracias.